Genesis chapter 19. And there came 2 angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and you shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, No, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned into him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called to Lot, and said to him, Where are the men which came in to you this night? Bring them out to us, that we may know them. And Lot went out to the door to them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known a man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out to you, and do with them as is good in your eyes. Only to these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs a judge. Now, will we deal worse with you than with them? And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand, and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. And they smote the men were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said to Lot, Have you here any besides son-in-law, and your sons, and your daughters, and whatsoever you have in the city? Bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxen great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord has sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get out of your place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked to his sons-in-law. And when morning arose, then the angels hastened to Lot, saying, Arise, take your wife and your 2 daughters which are here, lest you be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful to him. And they brought him forth, and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, he said, Escape for your life, look not behind you, neither stay in the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest you be consumed. And Lot said to them, Oh, not so, my lord. Behold now, your servant has found grace in your sight, and you have magnified your mercy, which you have showed to me in saving my life. I cannot escape to the mountains, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold now, the city is near to flee unto. It is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said to him, See, I have accepted your concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for which you have spoken. Haste you, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till you come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zor. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zor. And the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, toward the land of the plain, and beheld, lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot had dwelt. And Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain. And his 2 daughters were with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said to the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come to us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink that wine that night. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow, the firstborn said to the younger, Behold, I lay last night with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go you in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were both daughters of Lot with child by their father. The firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites to this day. And the younger, she also bare a son. She called his name Ben-Nami. And the same is the father of the children of Ammon to this day.